Hello my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Navigating Wellness. Now many of us are left in this position where we're trying to find answers for many of our health problems, and we often end up looking for complicated solutions to problems that may have a simple solution. Now I'm not claiming to have any answers, however, I do have some minor insights that might help to catalyze a shift in thinking when it comes to our health and wellness. Now one of the foundational principles that I've in the process of learning is that as humans we constituted of these 5 elements, being the earth, water, fire, air, and ether. And essentially, once these elements are disturbed, we end up creating dis-ease in our body. And what we need to start to realize is how this modern life that we are living is essentially forcefully disturbing this elemental balance, which is why it's giving rise to so many diseases within the body. So imbalances, disturbances within this elemental balance in our body. We're constantly introducing synthetic or artificial manners of living within our life, from artificial foods to artificial environments, sitting in a room which is air conditioned, disturbing the air element, having water that is treated with chemicals and drinking that water, bathing with that water. It's disturbing these elemental balances. We're not connected to the earth as much, wearing mostly rubberized soles, we don't ground, which is the reason why so many of us are suffering from disease today. And it's a different perspective because conventional wisdom doesn't really get you to the root. They're always prescribing medications that further result in other side effects, imbalances, but never really get to the root cause. And this is something I think that needs to change, that causes a shift in thinking so that we start to establish a very new basis for understanding how to maintain our lives on this earth. Hence why I'm always pushing to say we should not be consuming any foods that have synthetic ingredients, and the importance why we need to really be very consciously aware of what we are consuming. Now, I'm not saying all these changes shift overnight. I'm not even there at the stage where I've shifted everything to start living more organically. However, if we start to make these changes one by one, we can start to make that move into living a much more healthier lifestyle, much more balanced from these elemental perspectives, starting to root out all these synthetic things from our life and come back into organic reality so that we are living a much more healthier lifestyle. Hopefully this video has helped to at least spark a little bit of interest or shift in thinking when it comes to how we are conducting our lives and why at the root cause we're having all these problems with chronic health conditions in our lives today. So as always, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.